from BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going all the way. He's going to score. He's got the ball.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Top of the Bleachers. It is May the 5th, Monday. And we got NBA
Cinco de Mayo. Go!
Celebrate if you got to, or want to, or need to.
You know what Cinco de Mayo is, don't you?
Do I know what Cinco de Mayo is? You mean the Mexico's? What about it? What do I not know? What do you mean?
Where does it come from? Like, why?
Mexico.
Yes. What are they celebrating?
Mexico. Okay. They come from Mexico. That's where it's from.
Cinco de Mayo actually means May 5th, in case you were wondering. And it's some sort of independence that they got back in like the 1800s or something like that. That's what they're saying. It's kind of like our July 4th or whatever.
Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, yeah, that's a good
double
point.
holiday.
That's a good point.
Anyway, happy Monday. Lots of stuff going on. NBA stuff. We got some basketball stuff. We got sports stuff to talk about. Anyway, how's everything else going? We good?
We good.
All right. I watched a lot of basketball, and then I've been trying to keep up with the transfer portal and who's getting who and all that stuff. Sort of. First couple of weeks was pretty intense, but now it's just kind of like, come on already. If I can finish this up, let's get this done. Dragging their feet, bro.
Everything takes, everything's got a deadline or whatever. And it takes forever for the deadline to get there. And it seems like most people wait until the deadline. You know what I mean? Like, you can make your decision before the deadline. You don't have to wait until the deadline.
I know. It'd be like 11:58. Well, bro, you can enter the transfer portal, right? They're like, okay, cutoff's midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you text somebody at 11:58 with the intention to enter the portal, that still counts. Like, what? Shouldn't you have you should have it turned in? It's like homework, right? Shouldn't you have that turned in?
Well, let's be honest. These kids haven't done homework in a long time. Okay.
Well, they could get their AI to send it in or something. I don't know. Whatever they're using. We got some, but speaking of deadlines, we do have some deadlines coming up. So we got, well, I don't know about deadlines, but some just stuff going on in the NBA. So the April 24th was the last day that everybody could declare. So they got all the people that have declared for the draft is in. They came out with the 70-something kids that were invited to the NBA Combine, 73, I think, or something like that. And the transfer portal's closed. So the draft should be set on who's possible and who's not. And then they got the G League Draft Combine May the 8th through the 10th. And they usually invite one or two or some. If they stand out there, they get invited to the big one, right? And then they do the draft lottery thing with all the balls and who gets the picks and all that stuff. That's May the 10th. And then the NBA Draft Combine is May the 10th through the 17th. And
so the lottery is already a gamble, or a chance contest, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you gamble on the draft lottery? Can I go to DraftKings and gamble on who I think is going to pop up first?
Sure. I bet you can.
Okay.
I bet you can. Hang on, let me go DraftKings right now and let you know.
Now, every time you switch things, you freeze up.
I freeze up? I froze up right now?
You did when you switched tabs. You froze up.
Man. How about now? Am I froze up now?
No, you're not frozen.
Over here? That's weird. I don't know why it does that. Let me see here. You want to bet on the ball?
I was just wondering if you could.
I bet it's a thing, man. I bet it's a thing. Let me see here.
Because aren't there certain teams that have a better percentage, or they have more ping pong balls than other teams, or whatever?
I think so. Yeah.
So
the teams are really.
And then it was just like a year. Oh, it was last year when the Mavs got Cooper Kupp. Like their chance of getting the first pick was like a 12% chance or something like that, and they ended up getting the first pick.
Who'd you say?
Mavs? Oh,
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, that's a football player, isn't it?
I was trying to figure out who you're talking about. I was like, Cooper. What?
Cooper Flag, the generational talent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How can I forget?
Yeah. My bad. That was my bad. I got my Coopers mixed up.
There is a predictions market on here, but I don't think that's the same thing. Let's see here.
You do a parlay. And pick,
like if
you could actually pick the order of the draft, you could win $1 billion or something.
Yeah, so let's just go NBA here. Let's see.
It got to be under prop bets or something like that.
Oh, man. They may not have all that out yet, maybe.
Oh, that might be true. But it's
anyway.
So I don't know.
You would think they would.
They already know the 14 teams. Why wouldn't they have it out yet? That doesn't make any sense.
True. Let me see if I can find something here. Let's see. NBA playoffs. Not seeing anything, man. I don't know how to do this. Let's see.
Well, I don't think we should waste the show trying to figure it out. I'm just saying, if anybody out there can bet on it, let us know.
True. Okay, back on topic here. Anyway, the last thing was May 27th at midnight. That's the deadline for kids to say, hey, I'm coming back. I'm out of the draft. I'm going back to school.
May 27th?
Yeah, May 27th.
Dude, that's still like
I know
3 weeks away. I want to know if Billy's coming back now.
There's a whole bunch of kids that have come back too. It's really surprising, but I mean, of course, they're getting, $4 million to come back or something too, probably. But like Tommy Haw from Florida, there's been a couple more too that have come back.
Man, if I was a first round projected pick, I would go to the NBA. Okay. If I was second round or anything else, I mean, I feel like you're going to make more money playing in college than you are going to the G League and trying to find you a 2-way contract or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would behoove me better. That's one I don't get to use very often. to go back to college, especially if I had eligibility.
Yeah, because they might only get so much from the school or whatever, but they still got other things around locally that they advertise and stuff like that. Like I've seen them.
Well, not just that, but you get fed
chicken or whatever.
Yeah, you get fed every day. You don't have bills to pay. You get to run around with hotties on campus. You get to be the big fish on a little bitty pond.
You're not on the road all the time, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, college would be, more appealing, especially at a younger age or whatever.
Especially since you can make that money now, because like when we were kids, they were like dying to get to the NBA because that was the only way they were going to get any money for it.
Well, and you had kids that wouldn't stay because what if they got hurt? Well, now, you make some money in college, you're taken care of if you get hurt and stuff. So it's not as big of a risk.
Yeah, should be. Anyway, speaking of NBA, I guess did you see the games last night? The Knicks freaking.
Look at us being all pro education. Hey, kids, what we're saying is stay in school. That's what we're telling you. Stay in school. Yeah, I did watch the Knicks just pretty much embarrass the 76ers last night. But
about as many as
luckily for the 76ers, it's nothing new. They have Joel Embiid on their team, so they've been embarrassed before. So
well, let's just look and see how he did here, because here's their box score for the Sixers. Embiid, 14 points, 3 of 11 from the field.
Yeah.
Minus. Look at all these minuses over here. Minus 26, minus 24. Their starting lineup stunk. Where's Maxey at? Maxey only had 13 points. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'll give the Knicks some credit here. They came out and played really, really tenacious defense.
Here's the Knicks.
And then the Sixers had one of those nights where, like, Maxey was at the rim and missed the layup. You know what I mean? Like, just could not put the ball in the basket. It's not like they couldn't get to the basket or they couldn't get looks. They just could not make baskets last night. And then the opposite was happening on the Knicks side of the ball. You know, they were playing good defense. Defense leads to turnovers. Turnovers leads to, you know, fast break opportunities, and Knicks took advantage of it. But they're supposed to. It's game 1 in the Garden. Give me a break. Let's calm down, Sixer fans.
I know, but by 40? I don't know.
Hey, the good news is for the 76ers is the Knicks have a history of choking. Okay, so this could turn around. This could still turn around in your favor, 76ers. Just calm down.
Hey, man, they're loaded with talent.
They are. Golly.
I mean, if he'll stay on the floor, I mean, they got guys, man. Maxey and George and
both teams are loaded with talent. I mean, I noticed last night that they were running Brunson off the ball a lot. Like, Brunson wasn't bringing the ball up and everything. He was running off screens, and it changed the whole dynamic of the game because the 76ers come in prepared to get the ball out of Brunson's hands, and Brunson ain't the one bringing the ball up. You know, it messed everything up. So you got to give credit to coach of the Knicks. He did a good job. But, you know, I think Tibbs could have done the same thing. I don't think the coach matters that as much as everybody thinks it does. You know, like, who were we talking about before we went on the show? They got rid of their coach.
The Magic got rid of Mosley. Jamal Mosley.
Yeah, the Magic got rid of Mosley, and I was telling Big, it's about time. You don't know how many times that guy has not gotten back on defense, or that guy has not hit his open shot. The coach has got nothing to do with this. Okay, you're professional athletes.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to get him motivated, right? Like, I mean,
you don't think so? You wouldn't think so,
but I don't know. He's had his chances. He's been there for. It's not like this is year 1, year 2 here. He's had a few years to give it a go. He didn't get it done. You know, they've lost in the first round like 3 years in a row.
But have they had a full season where Franz and Vaccaro and Suggs all played together and were healthy all year? No, because that doesn't happen in the NBA anymore.
No.
And then you spend all this money on Suggs. You just re-sign everybody. And it looks like you got a guy sitting on the bench, Anthony Black, that might be better some nights. You're not going to move him in front of Suggs because you're paying Suggs money, you know?
I think they got to trade Suggs. I think they're going to have to, or they should. I hate to say that because I like him. He's fiery. He plays hard. He just he's not a point guard. And we got Bane. He ain't a point guard. He's a shooting guard. We don't need 2 shooting guards. We need a point guard. So you put AB at the point guard, you trade Suggs and get you a freaking center that can protect the rim and stuff and rebound for you. So Paulo hasn't have to do it all. And I like Wendell, but he's like a small ball 5 or something. You know what I mean? He's not big. He does throw his body around. Him and what's his name? We're getting into it pretty good, but I just feel like they need more there, you know?
You talking about Franz or whatever his name is?
Wendell Carter, their center right now.
Oh, yeah. What center?
North Carolina. I mean, he's more like a small ball five.
Yes,
He's
he's
not
like he's a Trevin Brazil. He's
yeah,
yeah.
he's not well. I say that, but I've seen him throw dudes around. So I mean, he's not exactly weak, but I don't know. There's no rim protection. There's no rim protection. Like there's no I feel like they need somebody to anchor their defense back there. They just don't have that.
I watched the clip of Wemby.
I could
that's
be
what you
wrong
need.
too.
You need a Wemby. That's what you need. You need a Wemby.
Well, yeah, everybody needs one of them.
I was watching clips of Wemby the other night, and he got something like I can't remember. It was like 7 or 8 blocks, and I was watching the replays of them, and like 3 of them were goaltending. Like one of them like bounced off the backboard, and he blocked it. And they gave him a block for it. It's like once it touched the backboard, isn't that goaltending?
Well, speaking of Spurs, here's their box score from last night. He had 12.
Oh, that's what it
blocks.
was. He had 12 blocks. Yeah.
He got the triple double, right? He only had 11 points.
Well,
15 rebounds. I don't know. He got so tall, you figure he'd have like 30, 15, and 15 every night or something. I don't know. Anyway, that 12 blocks is impressive. That's something you don't see ever.
I always kind of, I think it would be awkward. It would be like, you remember when your little girls got those Fisher Price hoops, and when you would be shooting on them and you'd have to shoot down at the hoop or whatever, that's what Wemby's like when he's shooting. He's like shooting down at the hoop. I don't know.
He is tall.
Dude, he was going to the locker room the other night, right? Like the half is over and they're headed to the locker room. He's like, come on, guys. And then jumps up like nonchalantly and like touches the top of the backboard. And then, jogs back to it's like, what?
That's what I'm saying. He should be blocking like 10 shots every game. You know what I mean? Anyway, they ended up losing the game. I couldn't believe it. Wolves, here's their box score. Ant-Man ended up playing some. Ended up 18 points or whatnot.
Randall had a good game.
Yeah, they played good enough to win. I mean, man, that's crazy. On the road. Just
that's big. That's big when you can go on the road.
That hurts right there. But yeah, we'll see who you got now. When you think the Spurs, we picked them to come out of there.
I'm rooting for the Spurs, but I really don't see anybody beating the OKC out of the West. I really don't. I could be totally wrong. They could go cold or they could run into, a better team, but I have. And Orange Ham was telling me the other night that the Spurs in the regular season owned OKC. I was like, okay, but they got to get past Minnesota to get to OKC. So, I mean, I just don't. Plus, and I don't like to make a big deal out of it because I feel like, Jordan, LeBron, I feel like they all did. If you're a superstar, you get preferential treatment. But, you can't breathe on Shea. You can't breathe on him. You end up getting a foul. And the rest of the team is so good. Like even their second team that they bring in off the bench would be starting on like other teams or whatever. So I just don't see it. And the reason I'm rooting for the Spurs is because I'm not a big fan of repeat winners. If it's not Michael Jordan repeating, I don't really want anybody to repeat. So I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs. Yeah.
I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs a little bit. I'll be honest with you on that one. And I think the Knicks will probably end up winning that series, but I feel like the Sixers can get a couple. I think they could.
The East, to me, the East is a bigger question than the West is because I feel like the teams that are left in the East, now that Boston's been knocked out, I feel like everybody's kind of equally matched over there. There's going to be some really good series going on. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if the Knicks came out of it. It wouldn't, wouldn't surprise me if any of those teams in the East came out of it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, here's some nice games.
It's not going to be the Magic, though. It's not.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Pistons are good. Cavs are good. Knicks are good. Who's the other team that's in it?
The Sixers.
Sixers. So three out of the four that are left are good teams, man.
The Sixers are pretty good, man. I mean, they beat Boston. I thought Boston would, at least be here.
I think they lost. I think Boston lost that game 7 because Tatum was hurt and couldn't play in the game 7. Because when Tatum's out there and you got Tatum, Brown, they got one of the best starting lineups in the NBA. But when Tatum's out, man, and you got to rely on the other guys, they just don't have enough.
Yeah. Well, tonight you got Cavs at the Pistons.
Same thing happened to Houston. Without Durant, they couldn't go nowhere. Durant gets hurt in warm-ups. I think it was practice or warm-ups, one or the other. He ends up hurting his knee and can't go in the first round. And I'm sure Houston fans are like, oh, that's all right. We'll get past the first round. We'll get Kevin back in there. Everything will be all right. Nope, not going past the first round. Because it turns out Shepard and I can't think of that other kid's name. They just didn't have enough, man.
Yeah. So Cavs, Pistons tonight, and Lakers at Thunder is tonight as well. And why do they play these games at the same time? Like they're staggered hour and a half, whatever. But why are they staggered? Why? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. And they're on different networks too. I guess that's
we talked about this the other day. I don't know why the NBA, the NFL, or Major League Baseball, for that matter, even messes with any of these networks. Like they have the capability now to have their own streaming service. They don't have to mess with ESPN or anybody like that. You just go to, whatever streaming service it is. And I don't know why they do that, man. I don't know why they do it.
Well, they get a bunch of money from them, but
it's almost like they're competing against themselves, though.
But they could add if say the NBA was like, we're going to start our own network, NBA games. We're going to show every NBA game. You can buy a subscription, just like Netflix or video, whatever. Show every game. No game will be on anywhere else,
dude. Not just show every game, but you imagine the library that you could put out for the fans and stuff. Like you could look up any game that the NBA ever put out there.
They make so much money from these other, NBC and Peacock and.
Well, that's the thing.
Both of them on Peacock tonight.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know.
That's the thing, though. If you do this, you have to make it affordable for your everyday fan, because if you don't, you're going to end up losing part of your fandom.
That's why this will never happen.
Probably.
Because they would do that, and then they'd be like, well, for $3.99 a year, you can watch every NBA game. And I'll be like...
See, what they would do, what you do is you do it like a drug dealer. You get them hooked, right? So you go like, okay, streaming service, you get the whole season for $7.99, right? Or something like that. But then when the playoffs happen, the playoffs are a different package. See, for the playoffs, you got about this package over here.
Oh, that's so effed up. That's effed up, bro. That's so shitty. Wow.
I'm just saying, like, the capability is out there now. I don't know, and I'm sure they're making a lot from the networks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. They get millions and millions and millions for that stuff.
Sure.
Anyway, let's see what else we got here. NBA. Let's go college basketball. So here's something that I saw came out. Let's see. So first, pretty okay. So this is something different I was looking at. But anyway, Duke did something. They signed some kind of it was with like Prime or Netflix or somebody. They signed a deal with them for 3 games. And those 3 games are like big games, like Michigan State. And I don't remember the other teams. I should look that up. I thought I had the right thing here, but I don't. I got something about Gonzaga. I don't know what I did. But let me see here if I can find that. But I feel like this is going to be something more teams do, because I'm sure they got a lot of money to do that. You know what I mean? So,
well, it would have to be one if it was the Razorbacks or an SEC team. We could do that, but it would have to be a non-conference game because we already have a contract with ESPN and the SEC network. So these they would have to be non-conference ball games.
Well, they have, these are being
non-conference. Yeah, I'd like since we've been doing these. What does Cal like to call them? Charity games or whatever. He calls exhibition games or whatever at the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, everybody does the exhibition games.
Yeah, I could definitely see those making it onto Netflix or Prime or something like that. I'll give Prime a lot of credit. They've done really good with the basketball coverage. I like the people that they've picked out to do the games. I like the people that talk about it afterwards. I think they've done a really good job with it. I just wish that they were in one place. That's what I'm saying about the streaming service or whatever. Like every time a NBA game comes on, I got to go check my Disney app so I can go to ESPN and see if it's not on ESPN tonight. So then I go over to Prime and I got to look. No, those aren't until May something. All right. So then I got to get out there. Got to go to my YouTube TV and then I got to go find it on NBC or wherever. It's like by the time I get there, 3 minutes of the game is over. You know, it's just.
You're reiterating one of my app ideas that I have, for one. 2, you can go to your ESPN app
and
look at the scores, and it tells you every channel that all the games are on. Like it tells you.
But that again, that takes out a step. But now I have to pick up my phone and I have to look it up. You know, it's like. It should just be in one spot. Like I know all the games are going to be on ESPN, so I go to my ESPN, or I know they're all going to be on NBC. So, and that's the way contracts used to work. You know, like CBS was the only person that got March Madness, and it sucked because we only had one CBS channel, so they picked the games that we got to watch. You know,
I remember that.
And it's so much better now that it's spread out over True TV and all that stuff, because you can, especially with the TVs nowadays, you can put up 4 each game in each corner and sit there and watch all the games, you know?
Yep.
And it always amazes me too when all 4 boxes are at commercial.
That happens.
It happens, yeah.
Duke signed with it was Prime. I was right about that. They signed with Prime.
Silver broke your TV
for 3 games, bro. UConn, Michigan, and Gonzaga. Those are the 3 games they're going to play. Yeah, I bet they're going to get. I think more teams will start doing this because it's a way to generate money. It's a way to get paid, because that's why they play. That's why Cal always wants to play on CBS, because they pay him good to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. More teams will start doing this, I think. I feel like
it's, you know,
okay.
I'm not upset about it because I have all the streaming services that the games are on. But let's say they put those 3 games. Let's say they do it to the Hogs, because that will really affect me. Say the Hogs take 3 of their games and put them on Netflix. Well, guess what? That's one of the streaming services I don't have. And now I'm going to be mad as hell.
Okay, well, I'm giving you a little bit of heads up right now. I've already heard a rumor about that, so don't get too mad. I think it was Netflix. But anyway, moving on.
See, now I got to go make a new friend who has Netflix. I can go over to their house.
I think Mom has it. We can sneak in on hers, bro. Let's see. So the tournament, they're going to expand the tournament to 76. The official announcement is coming mid-May, I guess, about how they're going to do it exactly. And I'm so confused on what has come out so far, but I think basically there's going to be 12 play-in games of some kind, and you're not really going to know the 64 team tournament bracket until late Wednesday night, probably, like super late. So these people, you can't even fill out your bracket until Thursday morning, and it ain't gonna be on one sheet of paper anymore. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, it's not gonna fit on one sheet of paper.
Yo, man, Brandon just gave me his Netflix password, so I can use his Netflix. Yeah.
Adam Silver sucks.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's on par for him, huh? Anyway, that sounds like it's going to happen. I think it's dumb. I don't know why they're messing with it. It's the last 8 or so teams that get in that they're trying to decide whether they're good enough or not to get in suck anyway. So now we're going to put, like 8 more.
Don't sit there and act like you don't know why they're. Well, you know exactly why they're.
Well, I mean, money, but come on. I mean,
more revenue. More revenue.
Well, add some regular season games.
I'm all for it.
You already play these exhibitions in October or September or whatever. Make them regular games. Why are we starting in October? I don't know.
I'm all for it. I'm all for more college basketball. Okay. I don't think that it needs to be at the end of the year in the tournament. I think the tournament's good. I thought the tournament was good the way it was before we even had the play-in game. So I think the tournament's good. But I love watching college basketball, so I'm all for adding games and revenue to college basketball, just not at the end of the season. And what are you trying to do? Are you trying to take the best teams that the NIT gets and put them in your tournament so the NIT gets even worse teams than theirs? I mean,
they don't want to hurt people's feelings, man. That's what it is. Participation trophy all over again. Here we go.
I don't think so. I think it's just revenue. I think it's 2 more nights of basketball that they can put on TV on the networks, and they will get more money.
It is. But it's also because these big conferences want their teams in there too. And the ones that didn't get in or almost got in but didn't, they want them in there.
Yeah.
So they're going to be for that. I just don't like it. Anyway.
Okay. So, but can we make it an embarrassment then? Can we as fans take social media and our platform now, and can we turn these 12 teams, can we shame them and oh, look at these guys, they got to play in to get it? Can we make it a shameful thing to be one of the 12 instead of people like excited about being one of the 12? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I could see like a crappy school like Kentucky getting excited about making this or whatever. But like, I don't want to be excited about making the 12. You see what I'm saying?
They could call some kind of crazy name like the Dirty Dozen or the Dirty,
the Dirty Sanchez's.
The Bottom Feeders. Oh my gosh!
I'm just saying. If we could put some shame on it or whatever, to where teams were like actually kind of embarrassed that they had to be in the 12 or whatever.
I don't think it works that way. I think they'll be happy to
be there.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, they'll be happy to be there. But like, we haven't even had a team from the 14 playoff or the 18 playoff, however many play-in games there are. We haven't even had one of those teams make the Final Four. So we're going to add, 8 more teams or however more teams it is. And what's the point? Ain't none of them going to the title. I mean, by the middle of the season, most realistic basketball fans know who the 1 seeds are going to be. There'll be 5 or 6 teams you're thinking, all right, this guy's definitely a 1 seed. This guy's definitely a 1 seed. Maybe these 2 are battling it out. Come on, man. Like,
you remember that thing came out where they said, like, if you were ranked in the top 12 in the week
a
6
certain point in the
AP
season,
poll,
it held true again.
It
held
did.
true again.
It did, yeah.
We need to quit. That's why there needs to be a little bit of shame on it, because it's like, yeah, we're letting you into our tourney, but we know you ain't got a shot. we know you ain't got a chance.
Little bro playing.
Yeah. It's like your little brother wanting to tag along. That's what it is. It's like your little brother wanting to tag along.
We can make our own, maybe, but they're not going to do that. They ain't going to embarrass nobody.
Well, we'll have to do it as the fans. Like, we need to start a social media movement. And
yeah.
This is what they can call it, whatever they want. This is what the fans call it. We call it the little brother play-in or something like that.
Yeah, a little bro play-in. Yeah, I like that. All right. Well, anyway, that's going to happen whether we like it or not. There's going to be more games, so whatever.
I agree with you, Ham. They're taking the best teams that were going to play in the NIT, and they're saying, no, we're going to take those teams too. Here, NIT, you start over. It's like the NIT is getting totally screwed out of this.
Well, there's a lot of talks too that it's more for the big majors. Not the mid majors are going to get left out still. It's not going to help them any. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the SEC got, what do we get? We got 10 teams in this year. So next year we'll get all 16 in. Because we got these little brother play-in.
I hope not.
It'll just be a matter of time before there is a conference out there, whether it's Big Ten, Big East, ACC, SEC. One of them is going to get every team into the tournament. Every single team in their conference will make the tournament. Crazy. Because we keep expanding the tournament.
I know, man. Just trying to make money. Money grab, like you said.
It's more revenue.
Anyway, speaking of money, I don't know if you saw Sean Miller, head coach of Texas, what he had to say, but he said right now, and I'm paraphrasing, 20 to 25 men's basketball teams this upcoming season are going to have $20 million rosters. And I know the big men market, okay, because there aren't any. These guys have been going for like $4 or $5 million a piece. So I could see how that could rack up quick. Plus, if you have anybody returning and all that stuff, like there's no official numbers out there that tells you exactly what everybody's paying and making and all that stuff. But he seems like someone that would know, right? He's coach.
Well,
right?
I'll take it a step further. It's actually more than that for a lot of these teams, because a lot of these people aren't figuring in what they're paying the coach that year. Okay. And I know when the team, no, it don't count against your NIL, but it should count on your roster, because when they announce before the game, they always announce who the head coach is. You're part of the roster.
Well, they don't mean that though when they're talking about this. So, they're just talking about players.
I find it interesting that coaches that are making millions of dollars don't like the idea of paying players millions of dollars.
I think everybody's kind of coming to grips with it, except for the old school guys who are still kind of like, nah, I'm going to pay you some money, but it's not going to be no $5 million. I'll give you $2 million. Or something, but they keep losing out on these guys, man.
I give you $1.5 million, and you got to come by and mow my lawn every week. Okay, I think that there is an easy solution to this, just like there's an easy solution to our government. Okay, there needs to be a salary cap in college basketball, college football, college baseball. There ought to be a salary cap. Like, listen, each team can only spend this much, okay? And they need to follow those rules, and there needs to be enforcement, okay? And then I think it would help everybody because while a team would still spend more money than you would know at least how much they actually could spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it ought to be public too, so they can't use it against you. Some agents over here, like, okay, so this week, right? Jordan Burks, he hits the transfer portal for UCF. All these ties with Cal. He went to Kentucky when he was a freshman. All this stuff. Well, rumors came out they were tied. They're talking to him. You know what? They wasn't talking to them. They wanted everybody to think they was talking to him so that when he went over here to Oklahoma State or wherever it was he was going to commit, he could say, "Hey, Arkansas's, hey, Coach Cal's, he's offering me this. I mean, if you want me to come over here, you better pony up the dough." I think they do that all the time. They do that all the time. Lots of time. I've heard several times where teams will be like, a list will come out. Oh, these schools have contacted so and so. And then the guy will come out like, I haven't talked to none of them people. We haven't talked to that kid. Like they do that all the time, trying to run up prices and stuff. So make it public.
And make it public or, put some restrictions on the agents, I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, them guys, man.
Because most of the problems that you're having right now is coming from the agent end. Agents they don't care if you grew up watching a certain team. They don't care if they want to get you the most money they can possibly get you because then their cut is the most money they can possibly get.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is like when you hear things about, oh, this kid's not interested over here. Maybe he's interested over there. It's got nothing to do with the kid. The kid just wants to play basketball. He wants to play basketball and he wants to make some money for his pocket. It's the agent. The agent is
that and the people they surround themselves with. It's not just the agent sometimes. It's these other people that they'll have in their group too that have some kind of agenda, and be like, and then there's some kind of risk
you have
in the group. You know what I mean? It's just
Plus you have what do they call it? You have like a conflict of interest. What if you have an agent who's representing this player over here, but he also happens to be representing this coach over here that signed with this university or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So both of them are his.
I don't think it works like that, does it? I don't think they have. I don't think they mix.
You can have as many clients as you want as an agent.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think with college. I think it's different. I don't think there's an agent like the guy who's. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. No, it's just players because. I don't know. It's a good question. I know Lane Kiffin's guy is several coaches. Is all they ever talk about. They never talk about players.
Maybe players' agents are different. I don't know, but it should be because that would be a conflict of interest. If you have,
well, yeah,
I'm representing Lane Kiffin, and then I'm representing the number one recruit in the nation.
Well, we also do stuff too, like take a Bosnian kid that's never going to see the light of day, and a Lebanon kid that's never going to see the light of day. Because hey, next year, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I'm going to do you a favor and take your guy right now and get him a little exposure. But next year when I come calling and stud dude over there's wanting to come to college, you're going to send him my way. I bet they do that stuff too. Sure they do.
Well, I know that they do a lot of things. They used to. I don't know with the whole transfer portal and everything now, but it used to be like when you needed to move a kid from your team, you would go find him a place on another team before you let him go from your team.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens anymore with the transfer portal or not.
I don't know if they passed it or not. They were talking about passing it too, but you know how they used to be able to go over in the summer and do like a overseas tour or whatever? The rule was that you could only do that once every 4 years.
Okay.
And I think they just changed that so that you can do it Arkansas is supposed to do a summer thing. I think that they're changing that so you can do that every year. So we may see more college basketball in the summer if all these teams start taking these European.
See, these are.
Yeah.
See, there's something you can put on a streaming service, the Hogs European Tour, and then you can watch them play basketball in Europe or wherever they're going.
I bet you won't be able to see it anywhere. That's what's going to tick me off.
You'll have to go to Flow Sports or something like that.
You have to go watch some
By the way,
Iranian dude's YouTube channel. It's all grainy, and he's up in the corner over there recording the game.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Flow Sports. That's what I just said. Flow Sports.
Maybe FanDuel will have it or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's see.
3 of the Hog games last year and this year were the first 3 games of the year were this Texas Classic baseball. And the only way that you could watch it was this Flow Sports or whatever. So the first year I did it. I signed up for their 60-day whatever, and I did it. And it was the worst. Like the camera was back behind the net. You could see the net in front. The camera out in the outfield was terrible. It was just terrible. And I'm like, you made me pay extra for it. So this year I didn't fall for it. I just listened to it on the radio. I didn't fall for it. I didn't need to see the team. So
yeah, I don't blame you. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we had the Kentucky Derby happen. I don't got to see any of that. We watched the race a while ago, but Golden Tempo.
Couple of cool storylines out of this. A woman breaking the glass ceiling. She first woman trainer to win the Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
You go, girl, as they say. Good for you. And then the jockey that won the Kentucky Derby, he just beat out his brother in second place, who was also a jockey. So I thought that was kind of cool.
How many times in history has that happened? You know what I mean?
And then the horse came from behind. It was a really good race.
It was a good race.
It was a good race. So it was entertaining all the way around. Yeah.
The trainer's name is Cherry DeVoe. Yeah, probably DeVoe.
Sounds like a stripper
name. Mike Rapoli or Rapole. I'm not sure how you say it, but that's the brother, the owner, one of the owners. And then I guess his brother, I don't know what his brother's name is, but after finishing behind his brother. Okay, so this must be the guy that came in second. Mike Rapoli came in second.
It's really a really good watch. If you go on to X or something and find it, the race is really good, and then watch it again. And they have one that they've got the camera on her while the race is going on. And it's more entertaining than the race is.
It was pretty good. She was getting excited. I'd be excited too, man.
I would be excited.
Jeez.
Thank you.
They spent a lot of time and money and energy and stuff in training this horse. And not very many of them make it at all, So
no, I think
they actually make it to make a race and then get to run in the race is pretty good. So
yeah, any of the trainers that at the Kentucky Derby that win place or show, that's like a huge accomplishment in their world. Like it's second and third is still losing, but it's second and third at the freaking Kentucky Derby. You know what I mean?
It's like the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
It's like the Super Bowl for horse racing or whatever.
Which one's next? I always get the order wrong. You got the Kentucky Derby and then the Belmont and then the Preakness.
I thought the Derby was the last one.
No, I think the Derby is the first one of the Triple Crown.
Okay, hang on.
The next one is either the Preakness or the Belmont. But I can't ever remember.
The horse races, Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's the Preakness, the Derby, and what's the other one?
The Belmont.
The Belmont.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
But I can't ever remember the order they come in.
The Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont.
Okay.
Let me see if it does what order they go here.
I think that is the order.
Okay, so the Derby is the first Saturday in May. The Preakness is the third Saturday in May. And the
Okay.
Belmont is the third Saturday following the Preakness. So there you go.
Which
We're 6 weeks.
Which reminds me, okay. I know our thousands and thousands of viewers out there would be interested in this. So I'm going to put this out there. This Saturday, nationwide, okay, now if you're out of the country, I don't think it applies, but nationwide, this Saturday, if you take a bag of food and put it out by your mailbox, your mailman will pick it up and donate it to the nearest food bank. It's our national pickup day.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I took the week off. So you all put out there all the food you possibly can because somebody else is picking it up this year.
Way to have a heart, man.
That's what vacation time is for right there.
Well, I haven't been a Triple Crown winner since 2018. Justify was your Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Before that it was American Pharaoh, right?
Yes, 2015 American Pharaoh.
And then there's a good
1978.
Yeah. There was a good long time. There was a good long time between confirmed and American Pharaoh.
Yeah, affirmed. Yeah.
But it's kind of like the what was it, the 4-minute mile or whatever, like nobody could ever break the 4-minute mile. But then once it got broke, it's like everybody started. Was it the 4-minute or the 3-minute? I can't remember.
I don't know.
For me, it's a 20-minute mile. Okay. It's a 20-minute mile for me.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But for the longest time, whatever that was, the 3-minute or the 4-minute, it was held forever. And then somebody finally broke it, and then several people broke it. Well, that was kind of like that, like 1970 or whatever, affirmed wins the Triple Crown. And then it wasn't until American Pharaoh, but then between American Pharaoh and Justified wasn't nearly as long, So
it's something I didn't know. I thought they were all three the same length of race.
No. I think the Belmont is the longest.
Belmont is the longest.
The Belmont is the longest, yeah.
1.5 miles. So the Derby is 1.25 mile.
Yeah.
The Preakness is 1 3/16 of a mile, so just a shade under 1.25.
Yeah.
And then the Belmont's the big one with 1.5 miles. That's a big difference. Another 1/4 mile makes a big difference.
Oh, come on. You're kidding me. The UK, really? Welcome to Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that crazy? That's not. I read that with an accent, by the way. I can't do an accent, but I read that with an accent.
Put another strip on the Barbie. This is the only one I've got. There you go.
It's not, but there was no accent there. It's just you saying put another shrimp on the Barbie. I think that's Australian.
I think so too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is too. All right, man. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. I had a good time this week. I did want to. I think maybe we need to put up the banner for 988 national number for suicide.
Okay, hang on. Get that up here.
Kentucky's not doing too great right now. I know that y'all haven't exactly put together the team that you wanted, but I want you to know if there's somebody to talk to, it's 988. All right. Don't you hurt yourself or somebody else, because Mark Pope is not the second coming that you thought he was.
They were so mad at Pope right now, bro. I saw a thing where he went to Israel to watch a player play, and the guy didn't even score. He didn't even score. I saw another thing too where they've had like 14 of the top 20 recruits next year have visited Lexington. 0 have committed. 0 out of 14. That's
listen.
That's not good.
We went through this as Arkansas fan. You can take down the suicide crisis thing. I was just poking fun at Kentucky.
Thought you serious.
We went. Well, I am serious. If you got problems, you need to call. But we went through this. We had Nolan Richardson. We won us a national championship, and then the fans. Nolan said a couple of things that rubbed everybody wrong. He spoke the truth, is what he did. He said the truth, and everybody got mad. How dare this black man say the truth? So we ran him out of town, and then we sucked for, I don't know, a long time. Pelfrey, Stan Heath, and there was a couple. There was one other in there somewhere. Who am I missing? There was another one in there.
Well, we had Mike.
Mike did okay, but still not what we wanted. And then we got Musselman. Musselman kind of got us back to where we were. And then y'all ended up being idiots and getting rid of Cal, and we picked him up. So I've been through this, what Kentucky fans are going through. And you take a Hall of Fame coach and he leaves. And yes, the fan base expects the next coach that steps in to just, pick up the reins and take off with it. It wasn't John Calipari. It was Kentucky. Okay. Well, it turns out it was John Calipari.
Oh, man. I think Kentucky, back.
Yeah. I think Kentucky has.
After they get hope.
Yeah.
They'll be back. Yeah. They're going to have to suffer through this next year, though, man. I'm telling you. They're going to have to suffer through it. I saw one Kentucky fan said, when was the last time anybody was more excited about Kentucky football than for Kentucky basketball? And that was a Kentucky fan that said that.
Yeah, I hear people say things about they can say stuff about the Arkansas Razorbacks. Like, people on national TV can say stuff about that, and it kind of miffs me or whatever. But nobody can run your team down better than an actual fan, because we know your actual weaknesses. Yeah. The reason I brought up Kentucky was it said hello from the UK. I just assumed that was the United Kingdom, but that could be the University of Kentucky. Is this Mark Pope? Is Mark Pope?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's got some more important things to do right now.
Give us a well, apparently he ain't doing them. Maybe this is the problem. He's watching podcasts.
He's sleeping somewhere instead of doing his job, huh? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'll all shake out one way or another, right? So
it'll all be good. Kentucky will rebound one of these days. It'll work.
Yeah, they will. They'll be back. Yeah. I mean, Kentucky.
Maybe they'll pull an Indiana, and you'll suck at basketball for a couple of years and then win the national title in football or something like that.
Bro, their football team is not that bad. I've seen a lot of the recruits they've been getting, and they're not.
Well, they finally parted ways with what's his name, didn't they?
Yeah. Stoops.
Stoops. Yeah.
Sorry, but it just ain't Bob. All right, it ain't the same thing. Okay.
Bob was the one in Oklahoma.
Yeah, you can't copy Bob. Just because you're related to Bob doesn't make you great, bro. Okay.
What was the one in Kentucky?
Mark. There's a Mike as well. I'm pretty sure. It's Bob, Mark, and Mike, and George, and Tom, and Harry. I don't know. It's the Stoops brothers. I think there's 3 or 4 of them for real. There may be more than that. I don't know.
Kind of like the Harbaughs.
Yeah, they were all in coaching and stuff. So yeah, same thing. Anyway, all right, brother. Let's get out. Let's go watch some NBA, and I will catch you on the flippy flop.
Well, I was gonna go make some chicken salad for dinner, but Orange Ham started off with Taco Tuesday on the 5th of May, and I'm like, man, that makes sense. I mean,
it does make sense. It's destiny.
Well, I don't want to use cultural appropriations here, but I'm kind of getting hungry for some Mexican. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, you know what you just said. I don't know why
cultural appropriations.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to tear them apart. I like my tacos in text. I guess. I don't know. They appropriated?
No. It's perforated.
Perforated tacos.
Yeah, cultural appropriation. It's kind of like you go to a Mexican restaurant, all right, and it's your birthday, all right?
Are we supposed to say Mexican?
then-
Or supposed to say Spanish? I don't know. What's the right thing to say there?
In Arkansas, it's a Mexican restaurant. It's not a Spanish restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, but that's not the title. It'd be like agaves.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, all right. So you go to El Acapulco down here, okay, and you have lunch on your birthday, and they come out and sing you a song and put a sombrero on your head, and one of your friends takes a picture and posts it online, and then somebody comes out and says, "That's cultural appropriation. You can't wear a sombrero. You're not Mexican."
What?
Yeah. Which I think is ridiculous because. I mean, why wouldn't you be able to wear fashion from other cultures and stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're so sensitive about everything like that. We can't even talk about that without get offended somebody probably. So,
well, I'm in one of those moods. I'm ready to offend somebody. What do you want to talk about?
I'm ready to go. Let's go, man. I will catch you later.
Okay.
Peace out.
Peace.
Later, man.
Later.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.